Welcome to Beauty Talk. Thank you, Michael, for being here from BEAUTYSTREAMS. So we would like to start to talk about what do you guys do? I know you guys do reports for businesses. Maybe you can share how do you guys do it?
Yes, of course. I won't tell that we're fortune tellers because that would be a lie. But we try to identify what are the trends of the future. And to do so, we apply what we call the trend funnel methodology.
Okay.
So a trend funnel, imagine an inversed pyramid, like a triangle, that acts like a funnel. On top, the first layer of the funnel will be a 5 years outlook. So how do we do that? It's hard to understand how we can look into the future. So we use different methods. We value human intelligence. Of course, we use artificial intelligence on a daily basis to help us go quicker, but we value experience. So what we do, we have a panel of experts called the BEAUTYSTREAMS Future Collective, which is comprised of people from biotech, medical science, digital development, art, design, all those things that surround humans that drive innovation. And then we compile different macro trends. Macro trends are consumer lifestyle trends, where the world is heading in terms of lifestyle and sociological movements. Then we take this and funnel it further down to what we call the beauty movements. These are movements with a 3 years outlook, which are addressed really in the beauty industry. So we will look into what are the market movements and opportunities for the different categories like skincare, personal care, color cosmetics, nails, you name it, all the categories that are there. And we help companies in that way to identify which are the ingredient territories, the claims to address, the tone of voice, all those things that make a great brand and a great product.
Yeah.
Then we go further down. It's a lot to talk, but it's a methodology. We go into the seasonal stories. So seasonal stories is a little bit like in fashion. You will have your autumn, winter, and your spring, summer collections. In beauty, you will have several launches throughout the year, which are pretty much about the look and feel and also the storytelling. So this helps marketing teams to put their new or existing products into a new context. So maybe we say it's a fairy tale story, so it's all about stars and sparkles, or we say it's a all-natural story, it's about hiking and outdoors, so those kind of things. Last but not least, and this is what we do with Cosmoprof actually, we look into what is happening now. So here we look into trade shows worldwide, we work with the B2B field of the beauty industry who creates ingredients and raw materials. We look into social media in different places of the world and identify what consumers want now, what is happening on the market, what are innovations available now to create new products. So that's the trend funnel.
That's actually very interesting. I mean, I always know there are all these insight reports to predict the future sort of, but I never know that was the methodology of it, so thank you for explaining. I want to bring transparency into the conversation. So obviously a lot of people are talking about for brands to take responsible for where they source, the supply chain. Do you think that's an important factor for you guys to predict what's going on next?
Absolutely. Of course, there's a limit and forecast as well because we don't work with the governments who change regulations all the time. However, it's super important for us to practice social listening, to really understand what consumers believe. Sometimes it's only beliefs, or what are true facts behind certain ingredients. So what we tell our clients and those who listen to our conferences and read our reports is that transparency is one of the most important things if you want to keep doing business with consumers, because if you break that trust once because you greenwash something or you made a fake claim, it is very hard to recuperate consumers.
Yeah, I agree. And I was thinking, so bringing back into the way that you guys work, I know a lot of the things is to do with trends and the movements in the market, but would the supply chain matter? For example, brands are using more sort of different supplies specifically, especially natural products. Do you think that's some of the effects that would affect the trend in the future? Or do you think that it's more consumer driven?
It's both nowadays. I would say innovation helps solve certain challenges.
Yeah.
One of the major innovation that BeautyStreams, our company, believes in is biotechnology, actually. I know some consumers believe biotech, it's something scary, maybe sketchy, but I'm talking about creating molecules that are identical to natural molecules that then can be produced locally as well. So instead of flying in a pineapple ingredient from the other side of the world, you can produce it in your lab in Switzerland and put it into your product. And that is one of the solutions to the supply chain issues and to that growing demand of natural materials, which could result potentially into monocultures, which are also harmful, of course. So science and innovation can respond to the challenges and the demands that consumers have.
On that note, I was wondering if you have any suggestions on the trends that's happening in the 1-2 years that could be regarding to clean beauty or even technology that we can watch out for?
Of course, there's many trends, of course, going on because there's many different types of consumers. But one of the main trends or one of the main innovations or technologies that will drive trends is obviously, not a big surprise, AI. So you could imagine a whole AI category. It doesn't mean that robots will put on your skincare, no worries. It means that AI can be used in research to just go quicker in terms of personalization. If you take all those data points that you get from your tracking devices, your watches, AI can be so quick in analyzing what your momentarily needs are based on your moisture level, etc. That could be one of the tech-driven trends. Now, having said that, one movement comes always with a counter movement because naturally, if you all talk about tech, AI, at one point you get scared. So another big trend is human-centric. Really think about the human interaction. There's so many people who feel lonely and disconnected. So I believe that the luxury field, yes, technology is great to drive innovation, but that human connection with services that are about talking, about interacting community is another big trend. A third big trend, and then I think that's a lot to share already, is what we call psy-care. Psyche, like psychology, and care like a category like skincare, which is actually a category that is transversing all beauty categories from color cosmetics to hair to scalp to skincare. So here it's all about treating our psyche because we are in this world that can be very confusing, can create a lot of anxiety, including eco-anxiety, but all kind of fears of the future. So brands can take that opportunity to help consumers to feel better about themselves. So think about spa treatment that take in consideration your mindset. You could imagine that one of the claims of a foundation on top of being good for your skin and like anti-aging, for example, can also make you feel good. Of course, that has to go with neuroscientific studies that support that research.
That's very interesting trends actually, because when we think about beauty, we always think about something more on the surface. So a little bit about taking care of our skin, look pretty. But a lot of what you talk about is to do with the lifestyle and the human touch. And that's something that, I mean, I haven't even thought about. And I think for brands to hear that is also another way for them to, without better words, to market their products and obviously serve people in a bigger purpose than just skincare. So if I'm a brand and I'm looking at your reports, and obviously, as you said, it covers so many things, what are some suggestions that you would say that they should make use of your report to market their products better?
There's, of course, many ways to work together with us. The first way to work with us is the BeautyStreams premium platform. It's an annual subscription. Imagine it's like a B2B magazine online that gives you access to reports. There's several new reports every day about all the different categories. So actually, depending on where you work, you can find what you need. And another way to work is through consulting. We have bespoke consulting where brands come with a challenge. Let's say I am an American brand and I want to enter the Chinese market. Our team of experts is comprised by experts from 5 continents. So we can actually help to co-create action plans for the brand to penetrate new markets. How to adapt their product portfolio, their branding, their tone of voice, etc.
Amazing. So I know you guys focus a lot on B2B, but if as a consumer, is there anything that we can also access from your platform or maybe watch out for?
Depending on where you are in the world, if you are in China and you have access to WeChat, we have a WeChat channel. We have Instagram and LinkedIn as well. We're not on TikTok yet, but just one day maybe. But for now we're really focused on
that's
B2B.
Very good. Yeah. So I know the trends are actually a bit different in Europe and in Asia. So in Europe, a lot of the times when we're traveling, we actually see a bulk of products that look very, very niche, or even the look and feel of it is very natural oriented. But I think in Asia, it's still a bit lagging behind. We're more focusing on the cosmetic side, maybe less on the skincare. Is there any comments that you can give us about the comparison of Europe and Asia trends?
What's super interesting, and thanks to social media, so thanks to you as well, trends are fusing now more and more. So it's almost hard sometimes to define where a trend comes from. I'm thinking about something that's ancient. You weren't almost not born probably when BB creams came out and CC creams came out. There was always this discussion, does it come from Switzerland, from Germany, or from Korea? Because you have the first version coming from Europe, and then it's becoming perfectionné, how do you say, making more perfect by Koreans, and in the end you don't know who owns an innovation anymore.
From Korea.
It is. It is the version that you. But there is another origin. Everybody wants to claim the origin. It's like noodles. Italians say it's European, and Chinese say it's Chinese. So it depends. Now, having said that, what you're saying is true. That maybe innovation is a little bit more skincare driven in certain regions than others, but it's really, there's different influences. I think what's interesting is if we go back to the trend of psycare, the psychological care, that the drivers and approaches are different from one region to another. I would say that what Europeans can learn from Asia is the holistic approach to beauty. This inside-out approach, that food is actually medication in a certain way. You can treat certain problems, and that is something that is quite new in the West, and it's something that is embedded in culture in the East. Something that may be interesting for the holistic approach to life that comes more from the West is the work-life balance, and we see that that's a big topic now in Asia as well, but it emerged in my generation already 20, 30 years ago in the West. And everything that is related to creating this feel-good bubble at home. That is also something that is maybe initially more European and that we see coming now to Asia.
That's very interesting, because in Hong Kong, I actually think after COVID, everyone care more about themselves, but also the home space. So that become a big trend in the whole beauty and healthcare world. And I was thinking, is there any trends that you find very surprising throughout the years that you actually didn't see that coming at all?
That's a good question. I have to think about that.
Because I mean, a lot of us, when we look at beauty trends, we think of the things that's quite straightforward. I think one of the things that you said that surprised me was something that's more to do with psychological care. I think that's something that I didn't think healthcare sector or even beauty care sector can take care of so well. Compared to before. But I was just wondering if there's anything, because one thing that really sticks to me from Korean culture is they started using really weird ingredients for masks and beauty products, and that was a time where people think it was normal, and then now it's switched and everyone think, oh no, it should all be natural ingredients, it should all be plant-based, it should all be vegan, and that's a very expected trend. So I was thinking if you picked up something that's
one trend, let's say, I was more like, finally, it's not that I was surprised, but I was maybe surprised that it comes so quickly, is that some fragrance houses or luxury houses are going into detergents now. I don't know if you heard about Diptyque, that everybody knows. In France at least, I'm not sure the reason here, they have a line to clean your home. And for me that is such a common sense, because we or most consumers spend so much money in to have safe, clean, natural and organic skincare products, and then you touch your dirty dishwashing soap. It just doesn't make any sense. You're ruining all the effect on your skin. And now it's more holistic. So that's where home care meets beauty, meets luxury, and I think that's a very nice and
It's like a streamline of smell. So everything tastes or smells
exactly.
the same.
I was always thinking that you spend $80 into a candle, and then you use. I'm not allowed to use brands, but you use a nasty detergent that smells like fake mint, and it doesn't make sense.
So beauty care working their way into home care.
Yeah, think about home. Your skin is your skin, right?
Yeah.
The next skin is your clothing, and the next skin is your home. That's your protection. So you should take care of your home and make it a healthy environment, the same way you take care of your skin. And in America, you have some brands who talk about the microbiome of your home. So skinification doesn't only go into hair, but also in the interior.
Cool. That's very interesting. I like that. So one last question for you. BeautyStream is obviously already very, very established, and you guys have a lot of audience and businesses. Is there anything that you guys are doing is the next big thing that businesses should watch for or subscribe to that you can share with us as well?
I would say stay tuned and come to Cosmoprof Bologna because we will reveal the Cosmovision, which is an initiative that we started this year already.
Okay.
So this year our focus, it's a macro movement basically that we pick each year. This year we called it Otherness, Beauty in the Unique. So it was about inclusivity, but a new approach to inclusivity was this more singularity.
Yes.
Thinking about really what makes you an individual, because you're not just one thing, you're many different things at the same time. Next year we will have a different topic, but I didn't even reveal it to Cosmoprof, so I want you to be able to reveal it here.
Okay, thank you so much, Michael. It's been really fun. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.